my God.
I didn't even push it all the way. I didn't even push it all the way. Well, there it is, sitting in my driveway. It's pretty crazy. So this is the Cyber Beast, and this is what it looks like sitting in the driveway. It's pretty crazy. I actually have come to really like this thing. Initially, I was like, this is so gaudy and ugly, but I'm telling you, I love it more and more the more I hang out with this thing. It's incredible. Just want to show you a couple things here. Pushing this button opens the gate, and it's pretty fast. Of course, we've got some lovely lights in there. Hit this button, and this drops down. You have to love it. This is 4 feet wide. You guys can see all the specs. I just want you to kind of get a sense of what it looks like. I do love this. It's a nice little place to store things, but you could also throw a bunch of ice in there. As you can see, there's a plug down there. This opens up as well. Oh, I can't forget this. Of course, all your charging delight. 240, 120, 2 of those. There's grabbers everywhere, all the way around this thing. There's lots of opportunity with this vehicle. It's very, very cool. And obviously you can stop it in different places, but I do love the automatic, kind of everything about it. I mean, seriously, right? This looks ridiculous. I really, really like this thing. I can't even get over it. I gotta tell you, driving it, I'll get into that, is just bonkers, but it is a monster. I mean, it is really, really long. I put it in my garage. Maybe I'll put a picture up, but you know, it stuck out to about kind of right here. Of course, I have some racks in my front of my garage, and so that made it so it couldn't pull in all the way, but otherwise it could. I have to say that windshield wiper is like a hockey stick. It moves so fast. It's pretty incredible. The amount of windshield that you can see is so good. Everything about this is good. I'll let you open it, obviously. Very easy. The room back here, if I'm being honest, it's decent. It's not as good as I would like it to be, I have to say. You know, any Ford truck, second row, Tundra, you're gonna have more room. On the width, there's plenty of space left to right. The seats are comfortable. It's manageable. But you know, for a truck, I'd like to see it to be a bigger here. And maybe with the foundation, you know, they could move this back a little bit and keep the length of the vehicle the same, keep the bucket or the back here. I think it's only 4 feet. This one's 6 feet. But maybe that would give it more room. I understand they want to keep it simple. Everything's going to stay the same size structurally, so they just can move it through the manufacturing line just fine. But anyway, there's good room back there. Storage everywhere, obviously. Takes some getting used to hit that, but these doors are heavy. I mean, holy cow, they're very, very heavy. Get my brightness back down here. They're very, very heavy doors. I'll get into how joyful that thing is in a little bit, but anyways, I just wanted to give you a little sense of what it looked like on the outside so you can get some appreciation. My daughter, I took her to school today and we went through at the elementary, and let me just say, we didn't belong like everybody else. Although, you know, there's a lady that goes through there with a G-Wagon, and obviously that thing sticks out, but not quite like this. Obviously, this is the inside. Bigger screen. You can control everything. There's a lot more options. Obviously, there's the tonneau, which is in the back. That's the cover. Basic things are in here, like the Model Y that I have, car wash, Sentry, recording, all that. Folding mirrors. Everything's kind of the same. Adjustments are still all the same. Generally, everything's the same here. Obviously, the big difference is the back of it. Of course, when you get into the dynamics, you've got your comfort zone. Preferred ride height is higher. Ride and handling, relax, acceleration, chill. Then there's just standard. Everything pretty much stays the same. It's a little bit more acceleration. And then, you know, of course, there's this mode. It's called Beast mode. And there's a launch mode available, which I don't know if I have. This is a demo. And so I have to say, I'll get into Beast mode in a little bit. We'll come back to that. You can also set up custom things, right? If you want your acceleration to be here, ride heights, relax, whatever, preferred height, ride height, lower or higher. You can do any of those things. And then there's, of course, off-road. which we won't get into. Towing and hauling, the charging's the same, all that's there. Scheduling, you have your outlets and mods. There's different preferences. You can click different things. Autopilot, locks, everything else is very much the same. I don't know that there's anything really different. Obviously the layout and the imagery looks different. Here it's kind of cool. You can have it on always or whatever, but you can change your colors for the beams across the center here, and then they go all the way around. My daughter loved that. So that's pretty cool. And then the seats, you can operate the seats, moving it up and down, the seat now just as well. And then you have the heating and cooling. Now I noticed that there's no heater in the middle seat in the back here, which that's kind of interesting. I don't know why that is. In the Model Y, I have it available, right? Display, all of these other things. So just kind of gives you a sense. I've got 125 miles. There's more mileage on this, so that's different. Obviously this is pretty cool. I will also say that when you, and I'll show you this in a little bit, but when I put it into drive, I got to put my key here. When I put it into drive, what I do think is cool is this rear view mirror, because I have the tonneau on the back. That's my rear view mirror. It's digital here. So, and obviously you can do the mirrors, but you'll also note, or the cameras, but what you'll notice right now, because I'm in drive, I've got a front facing camera, which is really cool. And I think everybody saw the update recently, at least with in reverse, and they don't have it on here. Well, maybe they do. Hold on. Yeah, they do. So on my Model Y, these reverse guides showed up, and I don't think they'd been around for a while. So I do really think this is cool, the front-facing camera as well. So that's great. It's not going to be like a Denali or a Ford. Well, I don't even know if the Ford does, but I know the Denali has cameras that are facing right down where your wheels are at, so you can see, if you're on a rock or moving around, that kind of a thing. So that's kind of it for the inside for the most part. I do like the chargers that go here. It's easier access, at least if you want to charge your phone right in these two spots. There's a lot of good room up here, but I mean, that's kind of it for me as far as what I was interested in showing you. Obviously the gearing is here instead of, on the stock or anything like that. You gotta move it here. I think you can move it up here too, but I didn't really look into it too much. And then everything else is done here on this column. The steering on this is incredible. It is so easy. In fact, maybe we should just do that right now. I'll show you some of what it looks like to drive. So I'm going to go on a straight 90-degree angle here. And I've been driving comfortably with my left hand right here. It's just been nice for me. I haven't been using two hands too often, but I'm typically just like this. And now I'm just going to simply turn it. It's that easy to go down and change angles, right? I'm pretty much just right here on this car the entire time, which is pretty incredible. So I love the steering capability on this. It's got a suede up here. My wife, or Alcantara, I don't know what it's called, but my wife, she's like, it's gonna be so dirty. To be honest with you, I have no idea how you would actually clean this windshield. This windshield is filthy, and how you get to clean it, I don't know. I'm really long, so obviously you're gonna have to have some kind of stick squeegee thing to get in here. And then the other thing that's pretty crazy is the hockey stick for a wiper. I mean, it moves fast. I can't imagine if it's raining hard, how quick that thing goes, but you can appreciate just how fast that thing is. And it is a hockey stick, man. The view is incredible. I'm pretty tall. I've got this up high. Actually, I don't know if it goes up and down, to be honest with you. Lowers. I didn't even try that. Doesn't seem like it. Yeah, it does go down. But, even still, my view is really, really good. I was worried these bars here going down were going to get in the way, but I don't notice it. And there's little windows that are available here on the sides that, it's enough, right? And so it's been good that way. What I've noticed is I haven't worried about that, and I haven't even looked at the mirrors really at all. I've been using this like I do in my Model Y. There's some small flaps here. My wife just thinks the mirror here is incredible, right? It's so small, it's kind of stupid, but it's very nice. It's got this extra distance that comes down for the flap, and obviously it'll move over here if it needs to. It's on a magnet. Watch your head. But, I do miss the visibility here that I have in the Y. I don't get to enjoy that as the driver. Obviously the back row does, but whatever. It's all fine. So that's the layout, bigger screen, a lot more visibility than you'd think, as pitched as the windshield is. It's really, really good. So yeah, I have to say that this vehicle,
now turn left onto.
I don't even know how to describe this. I'm just going to leave my house here. I got to drive to Tesla to return this thing. I'll tell you the story a little bit as we go, but I just can't even tell you how unbelievable this vehicle is. I have to put my key here in the slot. Okay, we're going to try this again. I'm on my way back to return the Cyber Beast to Tesla. When I first saw this car, I thought this is here we go. When I first saw this car, I just thought this thing is so ugly. I didn't really want to have anything to do with it, to be honest with you. And I didn't want to have a Tesla either when I first saw them. I just thought, okay, do I really want this car? Anyways, long story short, I love this thing. I think it's bonkers awesome. Just making sure my modes are on here. Yep. I think the car is bonkers awesome. I'm super, super happy driving it. It is so comfortable. We'll get to the speed in a minute, but just look at the steering. It's so easy to steer. It's just so easy to steer. I usually have my hand kind of right on top of the small steering wheel, and that's comfortable for me. I use my left hand, not my right. I don't know. Hopefully we don't get pulled over by this cop up here, so that'll be interesting. Because I have my cameras up here, so he's looking at me, probably wondering what the heck I'm doing. Anyway, the car is incredibly comfortable. Maybe you can hear it kind of firing up here. It's pretty quiet in here, I have to say. As big as these wheels are, it's pretty quiet. I'm there. So what there isn't is much wind noise that I've noticed, even on highway speeds. So it's a pretty dang quiet car. It's an incredibly comfortable ride. It takes the bumps, absorbs them very, very well, kind of floats along. And so it's incredible that way, way better than my Model Y, obviously, and it should be, right? I think the sticker on this one's 107,000, but it has the Cyber Beast, so it's got the acceleration. I can't even tell you how stupid that is. I've got some video that you've seen already, probably, that I'm thinking I put it in the front of this video, but you saw the video. It's incredible how people respond to it.
Really?
We're gonna just see what this is like.
Well, hold on.
Okay, so we're gonna take off. I want you guys. Everybody's heads back.
I'm ready. Wow, not that bad, guys.
I didn't do it. I'm taking it off. It's slippery surface. Here we go.
1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Blast
That is definitely faster than a roller coaster. Oh my god! I think I have whiplash.
I think my stomach went through my back. Oh, you should do that with Mom.
She's taller.
We're gonna go this
That
way.
sign. Weird, Rob.
I know, it's terrible. We're gonna go super fast, Mom, just so you know.
Right now?
No, I gotta get out on the road first.
Which way are you going?
That way. We're going home. Yeah. Get your head back. Are you ready? Are you sure?
You ready, Emma? Oh my god! Oh my god! There was like right now. That was like right now to ride.
Do it again, Daddy.
No. No.
Is she crying?
Is that awesome or what, Mom?
No. Was that awesome?
Crying?
Scared the crap out of me.
Do it again, Daddy.
I did not expect that.
I didn't.
I know.
Do
like a incredible ride. That was like going on a roller coaster.
Are you okay?
No, I'm not. You dropped my stomach and my heart.
Oh gosh.
Oh my gosh. I'd expect that.
Doesn't have to go to the
Oh,
hospital.
did he do that to you?
Yeah. He didn't tell me.
What did she do?
She thought it was awesome.
Oh my gosh. You were evil. Evil.
I do really like the rear mirror goes across the whole screen, as you can see here. Other things about this vehicle. So all the signals are on the column, but just from a drive standpoint, that's really what I wanted to talk about, was just from a drive standpoint. It is incredibly comfortable to sit in this seat. They're great. The seats are great. I like my seats, but these seats are better. I think they're a little better. I think they're a little better. It feels like there's more on the bottom that covers you than my Model Y. It rests really well. For my size, I'm like 6'4", 6'5", and so it fits me very, very well. I've got plenty of room, which is nice. I would prefer this. If I were to get this vehicle, there's no doubt full self-driving would be part of that package, because now I don't know that I'd pay for it up front. I would do the monthly probably, because that's kind of the play I've been running, and it's paying just fine for me. It's doing well, especially now that they will allow for you to use your Tesla credits to apply it towards the subscriptions that they have now. So I paid for my wife's premium connectivity with some Tesla credits. Thank you to every one of you, all 26 of you so far that have purchased a vehicle through my referral code in the past 5 months. Hello, Tesla. Give us more of these. I've already exhausted mine for the year. I'm hoping to get some more, so we'll see if they do that for me. Ask and you shall receive, right? If you don't ask, who's going to ever know, right? If you're never going to find out. So it's nice that you can use Tesla credits for the subscription services now, which I do really like. And so I would do full self-driving, and I would use the subscription credits that I have for paying for that on the monthly, because this is a big car, like I'd rather it be responsible for its width, for all the angles and things like that. I've parked it and it parks awesome. Like you just hit the park button like anything else in your car and it will park it just fine. It's fantastic. What else? The view that you have here, especially if you were shorter and you didn't have to have the seat up quite as high like I do. But even with me, as tall as I am, you look at that windshield outside and it is so sharp. You'd wonder, right? What's the view going to be like in there? But it's actually really, really good. I thought that there'd be some obstructions here with these columns that kind of come down on the edge, but it's not. It's not been an issue at all. There's windows there. It's visible. So that's great. I love the sound of it. I think it sounds cool when you're driving. I don't know if you can pick that up. I will say, the moment I pulled out of Tesla, I was proudly given a middle finger by somebody. So that was pretty cool. And yay for you, person, because you're just showing your intelligence right there, as far as I could tell. Driving through town, I'm going to live in a very small town, 25,000 people. Got a thumbs up driving it. Actually, it was a thumbs down. Driving it home from church yesterday, so that was funny. I did take it to church. I was very uncomfortable, if I'm being honest. I was very uncomfortable taking this thing to church. I just, it just is such a gaudy looking thing, right? And it's expensive and it has a lot of attention on it right now. So I was a little embarrassed, frankly, taking it there. I got there early and I parked in the back, and a couple of people came up to me because they know I drive a Tesla, and they asked, is that your car? And I'm like, it's a demo. It's a demo. It's a demo, right? So that was kind of funny. But after church, I did have a few people want to come see it, which was cool. And then I had a bunch of our young men that wanted rides. So I think I gave, I don't know, like eight, well, let's see, there's 3 people. So like 8 people rides yesterday after church. And, of course we had to find out how fast it was. That's what everybody wanted to know. So I did a couple of launches with those kids and a few parents, and it's just funny, the reaction, as you can only imagine. And you can only imagine it, by the way. You have to go and get in one of these and experience it. For those of you who have, you know what I'm talking about. I mean, the first time I did it, my brain, like I could feel my brain slosh to the back of my head. I just wasn't expecting it. I didn't have my head back, you know? My cheeks, everything just felt like it moved when I launched it the first few times. And I'm a little more used to it now. It's still ridiculous. I had people, you know, grabbing and kicking in the seat over here that I didn't get on video, which I just so badly wish I had, because you would have died laughing because it was just so fun. But the reaction by everybody it's indescribable, right? I mean, it's you get done and you ask yourself, what just happened?
Oh my God.
Because it is so fast and so powerful. And mind you, this is like a 12,000 pound vehicle. It's a truck. Like, what is it doing that speed? 0 to 60 in 2.6 seconds. And now you've got the Model S, you know, that goes faster. Like, I don't even understand it. It's just really something. You know, I didn't go over 75, I don't think. And this thing's got a governor set for 85 anyways. I wouldn't be able to go faster. But, you know, once you get past that initial just burst of power, it mellows out, you know. I mean, it obviously continues increasing speed, but it's not the same as when you take off. And so my guess is the point thereafter, 80 or so, it's not going to feel quite as punchy maybe when you get on it. But maybe, I don't know. I wasn't able to find out. So, you know, I'm going through, it's winter, right? So we've got, and where I live, the roads aren't so great. I don't know if you can hear it. And there's some vibration every once in a while in the steering column, I think. I'm not really sure. So that's a little kind of off-putting, I guess. But the thing does very, very well. Our roads are terrible. This road's completely shot. So, you know, I think from a dampening, it's pretty darn good. So what else? Just again, the comfortability, you know, just driving around with this thing, I feel it is very safe. I should say, when you launch this thing, you know, you might think you really have to hold the wheel to control it. And I did it yesterday when it was dry, or the other day when it was dry. The first time I did it, it was very dry, the road. And you can hear the wheels just grip and go. And they spun a little bit, I think. And then yesterday it rained, and so the roads were wet. And I thought, well, I need to put it in slippery mode because that's an option. And so I did it, and it lagged. And so I took it off, and I jumped on it with wet roads, and I couldn't tell if it really slowed it down at all compared to being on the dry road. Now, I don't know what launch mode is like in this. I'm sure it's probably a little bit more wicked. But even with a wet, slippery surface, and I absolutely punched the accelerator, it just grabbed the road and took off. And you don't even have to hold your hand on the wheel. It just stays right where it started in the direction that it's going. And my guess is if I was turned, it would probably straighten out anyway, but it was impressive. Absolutely bonkers impressive. I don't know. It's going to take me a while to get over having borrowed this vehicle and the experience. I could talk about it for probably weeks. It just energized me that much. Would I get one of these? I absolutely would. I absolutely would. In knowing that there's still going to be some issues, you know, it's relatively infant in its, its birth and build and the manufacturing process. And, you know, I know it just had a recall on something, 57,000, whatever. And, somebody kind of was giving me grief about that. And I looked at the numbers on the recalls that happen every year. Maybe I'll post that in this video just so you can see, but it's in the millions, right? It's hundreds of thousands of recalls every year on vehicles that have been built and on the road and in manufacturing facilities for a long, long time. And so, recalls are going to happen. You're going to have defects. You're going to have things that go wrong. Tesla is pretty darn good at finding solutions to that. So there's that. I don't think there's going to be anything so egregious with the Cybertruck now going forward that it's going to, be off-putting if you bought the vehicle. I do think that this vehicle would be a great buy. I really do. I would buy this vehicle. You've got the bed, and I would get, I don't know, I guess I'd probably have to get the Cyber Beast because you get more bed. It's longer back there, so there's more room. The width's going to be the same, but you get more room in the back. So I think I would want it for that. It is a long vehicle, people. I have to tell you. I mean, when it gets into your garage, it's going to take every bit of it. So now let's talk about the Cyber Beast piece, right? I don't honestly know if there's another level below Cyber Beast. I think there's just two variations of this truck. You either go Cyber Beast or you don't. The Cyber Beast piece, the power that it has, it's fun, but I don't know that I would ever use it except for educational and just temporary entertainment purposes. And so is the cost justifiable to get it with that incredible, start? I don't know about that. I just don't know. Like I've got enough Tesla credits right now that I could get the boost on my Model Y. It's a half second faster. Like, I don't know. I just don't know. It's going to be a personal decision with you on that, right? That's for sure. So anyway, the Cyber Beast taking off from ground zero to just, 100 feet out, 300 feet out. It is a lightning bolt.
I didn't even push it all the way.
I absolutely love it. And I don't mind the way it looks, to be honest with you. It's kind of growing on me. I'm starting to like it more and more. My wife she hates it. She thinks it looks ridiculous. Most people do. I get it. And then there's the other side of that. Why will they start making different colors? Will it come with different wraps? I got some feedback yesterday from my brother-in-law, I think. He said that the wraps are kind of causing problems with the stainless steel. I don't know if that's true. Whatever, you could paint it, I suppose. But the point is, I would have it be a different color than this crazy silver. It's fine, like I could live with it, but I'd prefer a different color like black or something like that, a matte black probably. Or it might look really cool in one of those, I don't know what they call that material, where it's just kind of, it's not matte, but it's more roughed out and it just looks kind of cool. I think that would look cool on this vehicle. So the lights on the front of this thing, the bright beams, boom, man, it's like from here to the next town. That was great. I imagine this is incredible in the snow with its weight and these wheels. I don't know how long these wheels are going to last. I don't even want to know how much these wheels are going to cost to replace. So there's an issue there that I suppose you got to think through and think about. But, being $107,000, if I were spending $107,000 on an Audi A8L or a Mercedes 500, I would be very worried about the cost to repair things. That's what you worry about, right? With a luxury vehicle like that. But with this, what's the only thing you're paying for is the speed, right? And that's all computer related. I don't think mechanically there's a whole lot different than any of the other cars, right? There's not a ton more parts, so it's not like you're worried about that. I will also say that the stereo, from a volume standpoint, it's not louder per se, but the bass is better. The acoustics just sound better in this vehicle as well. So I don't know, I've been ranting for a while. The regen brake is really good. I did find that I'd have to brake a little sooner. I think it's probably because of the weight of the vehicle. I'm not really sure. But if you do get this vehicle, which I highly recommend, if you're looking for a truck and you're looking for something amazing, this is the vehicle for you. I'm confident in that. So 2 thumbs up, 100%.